to get some sort of relief that the truth is put out there.
Thing. It expresses embarrassment or insecurity. Not that they're laughing at you or anything.
You people are nuts.
Political correctness is killing creativity. Those aren't my words. They're Clint Eastwood's. And boy, did they set Hollywood on fire. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video, but here's what's got everyone talking. Eastwood isn't apologizing. He's challenging the entire industry to grow a spine. Is he right? Or is this just another old-timer resistant to change?
Are afraid to admit that they maybe made a mistake, so it's better to be overly defensive and just say, well, I'm voting for him again. I just...
Remember when movies actually had balls? Clint Eastwood sure does. This guy's been pushing boundaries since before most of today's Hollywood execs were even born. We're talking decades of not giving a damn what anyone thinks.
One is you ask a question, and two is you ask another question.
This kind of certainty comes but just once in a lifetime.
Every gun makes its own tune.
But here's the thing, Hollywood's gone soft. They're all about playing it safe now. God forbid someone gets their feelings hurt, right? Meanwhile, Eastwood's over here making films that actually say something. Take Gran Torino, a dude tackled racism head on, or $1 Million Baby, euthanasia, anyone. Heavy stuff, but Eastwood didn't flinch. And guess what? People ate it up. His movies make bank. American Sniper raked in over $500 million worldwide.
It was a very uplifting story in a way. Could have been a terrible tragedy.
Compare that to some of these woke flicks that barely break even. Seems like audiences are hungry for something real, not just another preachy lecture disguised as entertainment. So what's Clint's take on all this? He's not mincing words.
Correctness, kissing up. That's the kiss-ass I'm sorry I used that word. Generation we're in right now. Everybody's walking on eggshells.
I don't believe in taking every step of the way to be politically correct, he says. I'm not gonna be intimidated by people. Boom, that's Eastwood for you. Straight shooter, no BS. He's all about the story, not worrying if someone might get their panties in a twist.
I like playing the character because he's a guy who's old school, he's from another generation, he's to get some sort of relief that the truth is put out there.
If you believe in your project, you shouldn't care so much what people think of it, Eastwood once said. And he's living proof that approach works. The man's got 4 Oscars for crying out loud. But here's where it gets juicy. Not everyone's thrilled with Clint's old school attitude. Some folks in Hollywood are losing their minds over his comments. They're saying he's out of touch, a relic of a less sensitive time, as if that's supposed to insult him. You know what? Eastwood's probably laughing all the way to the bank, while everyone else is tiptoeing around, afraid to offend anyone. He's out there making films people actually want to see. And isn't that the whole point? While Eastwood's laughing, Hollywood's seething. You'd think he'd kicked a puppy on live TV or something.
It's the relationships. And their relationship is certainly the most important relationship in the picture.
But nope, all he did was speak his mind. And boy, did that set off a firestorm. Let's dive into the drama, shall we? So here's the deal. Eastwood's facing some serious heat over a resurfaced clip from the 1973 Academy Awards. Yeah, you heard that right.
We're all concerned with the human dilemma and our confrontation with the fates. Human beings engulfed in a lunatic dictatorship.
Something that happened half a century ago. In the clip, he made a joke about Native American activist Sachin Littlefeather's speech. Not cool, Clint. Not cool. Social media's gone wild.
Men brutalized by their fellow men in a hostile river. Families ripping up their old roots. I don't know if I should present this award on behalf of all the cowboys shot in all the John Ford Westerns over the years.
Activist Raphael Shamunov's leading the charge, calling Eastwood's comments straight up racist. He's saying it's not just about one bad joke, but about how Hollywood's been treating indigenous people for ages. And you know what? He's got a point. Eastwood's critics are coming at him hard. They're saying he's out of touch, that his approach to filmmaking is as outdated as VHS tapes. They're all about addressing social issues with care and consideration these days. Meanwhile, Clint's over here like, sensitivity? Never heard of her.
Confirmed. Those are only confirmed by senior officers. There was no, so there's who knows what went on beyond that for no particular reason, or they have just a small amount of information and they just run off with that.
But here's the kicker. Despite all the outrage, Eastwood's career isn't taking much of a hit. He's still making movies, still raking in the dough. It's like he's wearing some kind of cancel-proof armor or something. And get this, Eastwood's not backing down. No apologies, no I'm listening and learning BS. He's sticking to his guns and it's driving some people nuts. They're trying to cancel him, but it's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It's just making his supporters dig in even harder. This whole mess has got people asking some big questions. Is political correctness really killing creativity in Hollywood? Are we so worried about offending people that we can't tell real stories anymore?
Trolling. It expresses embarrassment or insecurity. Not that they're laughing at you or anything.
You people are nuts.
Fine job. No, I love the guy. No, seriously. Both. No. I say that because he's like, it's like, guess what?
Or is Eastwood just being a stubborn old coot who needs to get with the times? But here's what everyone's really wondering. What do the audiences think? Are they Team Eastwood or Team Critics? Cause at the end of the day, they're the ones buying the tickets. And in Hollywood, money talks louder than any Twitter outrage. So is Clint Eastwood a brave defender of artistic freedom or just another old timer resistant to change? The jury's still out, but one thing's for sure. This debate isn't going away anytime soon, and neither is Clint Eastwood. So here's the real kicker. Turns out the audience is firmly in Clint's corner. A recent poll shows that 68% of moviegoers agree with Eastwood's stance on political correctness in Hollywood. Surprising? Not really.
What do I care about? It's not the younger generation, it's the older generation now. The younger generations.
And from relatives you can gain a lot, but they all said sort of the same thing. He was definitely...
People are sick of being preached at when they're just trying to watch a movie. But here's the million-dollar question. Is all this PC stuff actually strangling creativity in Tinseltown? I mean, when directors are more worried about offending someone than telling a good story, we've got a problem. Are we gonna end up with nothing but bland, cookie-cutter flicks that don't say anything real? Eastwood's got some words of wisdom for all the filmmakers out there.
The way he designed it, and the fact that he did kind of a spiritual take without making it
If you believe in your project, you shouldn't care so much what people think of it. Amen to that. Maybe it's time Hollywood grew a pair and started making movies with some actual guts again. What do you think?